I'm nearing the end of my trail. Took roughly a little over an hour. I'm assuming, I'm not really sure, I forget what time I left the house at. And went pretty well once I got rid of the deep snow. The trail was pretty firm and hard, and some places completely melted, which is kind of cool because that means in a couple weeks this will be a ground trail as opposed to a snow ice trail. On the walk I reflected on a few things. Reflecting on how big I was when I started. I was 320 pounds in August. Very, very unhealthy. Obese, I mean, you know. 42 years old at the time. I turned 43 over the winter. And now I weigh 250. My goal is to lose a lot more because I want to be at my ideal weight. Not the standard medical weight, but where my body says this is it, you're at your weight. And from what I've been reading, the raw food diet is more of a detox than a weight loss diet. It seems that all your toxins are stored in your fat. So the more toxic you are, the more tendency you have to be fat. Which is sort of a fortunate thing, because I'm assuming those who don't store their toxins in their fat are circulating them through their system and are probably verging on some health problems. But that's just an assumption. I don't really know how that works. But I do know that the raw food approach detoxifies your body. And as I was saying before, that did scare me at one point because I was feeling ill all the time. Like the flu or a cold or just horrible, you know, taste in my mouth and everything, which is the detox process. So I slowed that down a bit by introducing a little more cooked food, very little, but I lost my first 25-30 pounds doing the high protein diet, which was very unhealthy. But oddly enough, I've lost the last 40 pounds eating fruit, which is very high in carbohydrate. And people never noticed the weight I lost for the first 30 pounds, which was strange because there was a physical difference, but it wasn't huge. But it's when I went raw, and it was only a couple weeks, maybe 10 pounds, everybody started saying, wow, you lost a lot of weight. Now, it could be the effect of just reaching a certain hurdle where I started to show it more. But also what I've noticed that the detox has thinned out my face, which the weight loss originally wasn't, because I was always bloated from the effects of the fat and the toxins in the food, which is very prevalent in a high protein diet because you're eating a lot of processed fat and foods and beef jerkies and salamis, and it's horrible, the nitrates and everything, and the salt and the blood pressure and everything. When I went raw, there was no more salt in my diet except for what was naturally occurring in the sodium in the food. And the effects of the salt, if I have some pasta and I put some salt on it, or I eat a salty veggie pate, I will feel the bloating, especially if I eat a pita bread or something, which I think is not so bad. But then again, the next day, I could smell the difference in my body and the odor from the bread, and I could see the swelling up. And I had pita last night, and I actually feel more swollen than usual. And I think that's what the people are noticing, because every now and then, I'll go like 3-4 days 100% raw, and that's when people say, wow, you've really lost a lot of weight. And that's the days I look in the mirror and I seem drawn, I seem thin in my face. And I actually started growing this beard to slow down the visual effect of my face getting smaller, which is kind of silly, but also I was tired of shaving in the winter. It was a very cold winter this year. So the toxification, so anybody who's out there who weighs way more than they should, like I did, and who wants to lose weight, but is getting to an age where it's not just the weight, it's the health, I strongly suggest the raw food diet, the raw food lifestyle, because I can't see myself going back to binging on big, heavy cooked meals anymore. I don't like the way I feel just having a vegan sandwich. The next day I feel bloated, I feel, I feel toxic. And that's just from the bread and the salts and the processing of the veggie pate or what have you. I spend a whole day eating fruits and a green smoothie, and when I have the green smoothie, my cravings go away. If I have a veggie pate sandwich, I want a second one and maybe even a third one. The green smoothie satiates me. It brings me to a comfortable, full feeling, where even the raw vegan food, or the cooked or slightly processed vegan food, makes me crave more. So that says a lot. And the more you detox, the more sensitive you are to the changes in your body. When I was eating tons of pasta with tons of cheese and salt, poured upon salt, I didn't notice the salt in my diet. I didn't notice my high blood pressure. Now, if I put a little bit of salt on some food, I feel it right away. So the sensitivity is the awareness, because you are now cleansing. You are now becoming more clean, more aware, more in tune. So for anybody who wants to be healthier and lose weight and do it properly, I wholeheartedly suggest a raw food approach. And 100% is the best. But anything over 70 shows results. And I would even say most people who are almost 100% cooked, anything over 40, 50 is going to make you feel a lot better and different, which is going to push you towards the 100, which I'm flirting with 100. I go 100 3-4 days in a row, and then I go 80 3-4 days in a row, and sometimes I do 90 3-4 days or a week, but I mainly aim towards 100 every day. And it's a battle because I have cravings. I love pasta, and I loved cheese, which was a big change, and that I won't go back because my asthma's gone, and I'm happy it's gone, and I really don't want to take inhalers anymore. I'm not puffing. I mean, yeah, I got a little winded climbing up this hill, but nothing serious. I mean, I'm not gasping for air. I don't feel any problems with my lungs, and I did not have one lung infection or one bout of asthma this whole winter. And usually winters is 2-3 bronchitis trips to the doctor, or 2-3 antibiotic doses to get rid of pneumonia or an upper respiratory infection. And that's been pretty much my adult life, except for the few times I did go vegan in the past where I had no inhalers and no bronchitis. So go figure. It took me this long to figure out that those other 2 times I went vegan, or mostly vegetarian, was when I was on the right track. So now I definitely suggest vegan for anybody who has any allergies or symptoms of asthma or any ailments whatsoever. Go vegan. The animal products really do a toll on your body. And to detox and to be healthy, go raw. Go raw. Hey, take care. I might do some more of these. Who knows?